Today I'll be going over one secret on every single active map in CS2. I'm sure you all know about the Easter egg on Palais that eventually gives you a dragon lore, but there is a lesser known Easter egg that gives you another secret item. If you go up to this notebook in the lobby, you are able to pick up a case key and then break 3 fire alarms, which activates 10 red balloons around the map. And once you pop all 10 of them, a door will open in the lobby that reveals a case to which you can open with the key you collected earlier, and once you open it, you are granted with a little Santa charm. Unfortunately, not one you can keep, so get your money up. Ancient and Shoot are actually dry maps when it comes to secrets, but the reason I'm clumping them together is because the one secret I did find correlates with both of them. You see, if you load into a game on baggage and look behind the spawn, you can actually see a crate that holds one of the statue heads that belongs on both of the maps. Back in CSGO, when Anubis wasn't yet a competitive map, there was actually a jump scare that would happen if you clipped through this doorway on B site. But ever since the map was added into competitive, it was removed. However, in CS2, they added the jump scare back, but this time without the jump or scare. But the face remains as a cool little tribute to the original. On Dust 2, if you make your way onto the B site and no-clip through this doorway, you can faintly see a piece of text hanging out of the wall. But when you get a little bit closer, you'll be able to see a full message left behind by the creators that reads "Blue sky over cyan sky." I don't know how I feel about that, but hey. Honestly, what do you guys not know about Inferno? Everyone knows the CS Source Easter egg, the majority of you all know about the branding around the map is named after the map creator Chris Audi, the chickens turn into roast chickens, and the Polish flag is for some reason on all of the trash cans. Basically, I feel like everyone already knows everything about this map. Actually, I guarantee there is one secret I know about this map that you guys have no idea exists. If you no-clip outside of this portion of the map and head up the street, the stop sign is flipped upside down. Might not be that exciting, but the point still stands, you had no clue this existed. Most movable and breakable objects in CS2 are client-sided, meaning only the person who moved or broke that item can see it on their side of the game. But this bucket just outside of B apps is server-sided, meaning no matter where you move the bucket, it will be in the same spot for everyone else on the server, which in turn means you could hide the bomb on B site. However, if I'm being completely honest, I don't know how effective this would actually be. In the back of CT spawn on Nuke, if you get close enough to the armored truck, you can faintly hear music coming from the vehicle. This music isn't random though, it's actually the Left 4 Dead music, which is very similar to the Easter egg in T-spawn on Cache that plays Portal 2 music. On Train, if you no-clip out of the map into the office rooms, you can find 2 TVs showing the old versions of the map from CS 1.6. But also in Ivy, there's a postcard that shows the CSGO version of Train, meaning 3 different versions of Train are present in one map. Also, with the official release of Cache, I thought I'd mention the map outside of T-spawn that translates to the names of current and potentially future CS2 maps. This was obviously more of a speculation when it was first found, but now that Cache has officially been revealed, this Easter egg holds a lot more validity. Overpass is some of the most throwbacks to older Valve games that I've ever seen in a single CS map. As I mentioned before, just outside of T-spawn, you can hear Portal 2 music coming from the closed door, but that's somewhat common knowledge at this point. So instead, I thought I'd bring light to all of the reused Left 4 Dead 2 assets littered throughout the map. In the playground, there are plushies that were originally used in the Dark Carnival mission in Left 4 Dead 2. And just behind T-spawn, you can see the infamous ammo box from Left 4 Dead. We are all aware of the death counter located in both the T and CT spawns on Vertigo, but what you probably didn't know is that if the counter goes past 99, then the numbers actually get scratched off. On Office, there is a knocked over vending machine in the main hall that to most people just seems like a piece of cover or unimportant detail, but it was actually originally put there in CS 1.6 in order for players to boost into a ventilation system. However, in CSGO and CS2, the ventilation shafts were removed and replaced by paintings. The vending machine stayed as a niche reference to the older version, but can we for real just add the ventilation system back? I can guarantee that every single Office player would love this change. Italy has a really cool interaction that triggers when you throw a grenade at the mailboxes. After the grenade explodes, you will hear the vent break sound that is usually used on Nuke. And the reason for this is because back when Italy first came out in CS2, the mailboxes were supposed to have letters fly out of them when they got exploded, but this ended up causing frame drops, and now we are left with only the sound in a very warped mailbox. Edin and Basalt are two maps that have been explored countless amounts of times to the point where most of its secrets have been revealed, so instead of trying to figure out which is the most obscure, I will mention my favorites on each map respectively. On Edin, inside the bar area, there's an arcade machine for the game Counter-Striker. Also in A apartments, there is a sticker of Tamara on the washing machine for some reason. On Basalt, there are various pictures around the map that depict many different games and map creators. However, there is one picture inside the bar that is simply just a box, which seemed kind of odd in comparison to all the other pictures with meanings behind them. So someone asked the creator on Reddit what was inside the box, to which he revealed that he had no idea what was inside the box and it was just a photo taken by one of his friends. Very anticlimactic, I won't lie. I unironically love trains, so I wish Whistle was a more popular map, but all things considered, Whistle is a very small map and in all honesty doesn't have many secrets. But for those who didn't know, the train to the left of T-Spawn is branded as Seth National Railways, and Seth is the official creator of the map. Baggage was officially released on February 6th of 2024 and was last updated on May 23rd of 2024. And the reason why that's important is because charms were added to the game on October 2nd of 2024 in the Armory update, meaning Baggage leaked the existence of charms 5 months before they were actually released, because in the room that allows you to power the carousels, there is a keychain with the now released Lil Sass charm on the end of it. The majority of you guys are probably aware of the time travel Easter egg on Pool Day, but considering Arms Race isn't a very popular game mode, I thought I'd mention it for the few people who didn't know. Also, fun fact about the time travel Easter egg, the older version of the map is just sitting above the new version of the map, so when you activate it, you are essentially just getting teleported. But for the people that are aware of all of this, I got you with something better. If you no-clip out of the map, you can find a random warehouse underneath of it that I'm sure has zero significance, but still technically a secret. And that is one secret on every active CS2 map. Let me know how many of these you guys were actually aware of, because I genuinely have no idea if these are good or bad secrets. My brain is honestly just fried from searching for them, but regardless, I hope you guys have a wonderful day.